Hello guys, welcome back to another Great Nate video, and today we're going to launch a rover using my, oh man, well that's not important, it's a random rocket that I just built, so, we're going to Duna, I'm pretty sure that's the proper pronunciation, but Duna is the planet we're going to. We're not going to any more moons. We're taking it a step farther. We're going to Mars, which is... So Duna and Kerbal Space Program is basically Mars. And in this video, we are going to... we're going to set the rover down on the Martian surface and climb to almost the top of Kerbal Space Program's mock-up of Olympus Mons. I will provide a description. I'll describe an article to what that is in the description. Make sure to check that out. I hope people read my descriptions. I work hard writing them. Well, some of them. Sometimes I forget to. So anyway, we are valiantly breaking our way into the atmosphere. Well, out of the atmosphere. You can see the planet rushing away from below us. We are now on fire. Zoom. And there we go. Throttle down. We have reached the proper velocity to leave our atmosphere. So I'm going to make a maneuver node to get in a stable orbit around Kerbin. My camera acted up, so I have to... That's where we're going for today. Yeah. Very pretty. Especially with my mods I have. My shaders. It'll help the atmosphere of Duna be very vibrant looking and realistic. So we open up our fairing to reveal our glorious payload, which isn't anything special. It's still covered by the re-entry capsule. So I just speed up the video now. And we're off. So once we circularize, I'm going to create a very thought out escape burn. Not really thought out at all, to be honest. So the maneuver node's being tricky, so I end up just giving up on trying to get a encounter right away. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave Kerbin's sphere of influence right now. Now we're way over there, and mid-course correction right here. And you can see as those two little arrows get closer together, eventually they, I'm correcting my separation to where I finally get an encounter. Now, I didn't think of it, but now as I'm recording my narration, I probably could have gotten an encounter with Duna's moon, Ike, to get a gravity assist that will slow me down, because later in the video you'll see how much fuel I wasted trying to slow down. And I'm using those nuclear engines again, because they're very efficient and they're great for doing going to other planets, because you have lots of time to do maneuvers since you're around the sun and the orbit's so big. So once you see how big our burn's going to be, it's around... So I fine-tune it, actually, to get it to where whenever I air brake through the atmosphere, it'll get a spherical. So I air brake over the atmosphere, and this will cause me to slow down drastically, and it'll cause me to get closer to the planet on the other side because I slow down. So we reach the maneuver. It takes absolutely forever, so I speed it up times 16 times faster than the end game, and it's still incredibly slow. It took 7 minutes for this injection burn. It took forever. So once I complete this, I'm just going to leave you in silence for a bit, and I'll be right back.
Now that I'm done doing the retrograde burn, I am now going to do a aero brake, or the atmosphere slows you down. So I just burn again to make it go even faster. You can also see that sunsets on Mars are indeed blue because of the of the atmosphere. Alright, now that I slow down the video, you can see that my parachutes are slowing me down eventually. And it starts going out of control because only one of them deployed or something. No. They haven't deployed yet, and the aerobraking capsule, it's not really aerodynamic sound. It's very unstable. So I'm only 1,400 meters up in the air. I've made it all this way. See how beautiful my rover looks? The final reveal and the moving sky crane. But of course something goes wrong. What could possibly go wrong with the Kerbal Space Program? It's like this game was designed for success. You will soon see that I am not the most successful person, and I've spent 2 to 3 hours making this video, so I just decided I'm just gonna drive the rover anyway. 'Cause look, you'll see. So I crashed into the ground because I thought I pressed the wrong button. So the sky crane goes flying over there to get destroyed. big boom, it's destroyed. And my rover's fine because if I didn't put that center wheel in there, I wouldn't be able to drive it in this video. So I'm very glad for that center wheel I put in there last minute. So it works even in the worst circumstances. Because that's what we do here at Great Nate Aerospace Technologies and Space Program, I guess. We make things that last. Except we're not a car company that actually lies. Because their car breaks down like 2 years after you get it. This rover can last as long as the radioactive contents inside that little cylinder on the back of it stays radioactive, which is for like 3 decades, so it can run for a while. So we make it past this rock. I know I sound different in this audio recording because I make 2 audio recordings per video, one for one half, one for the other. I've actually sort of waited this video out for a week. I edited the video, then I narrated the first half last week, and it's Saturday before the date that this comes out, which should be Sunday the 18th of October 2020. 2020 hasn't been the best year, and my throat is acting up today, so that's probably why I sound a bit different and my voice is cracking more. So I put on the rover autopilot, and yep, there we go. Exactly what I was talking about. My throat is not doing well today. So I plot out this course to a observable rock or stone, because these big rocks are actually in my mod pack I have that makes the ground look better. We're looking for the breaking ground update rocks. You can scan these with the robotic arm. Now the other ones, they're not actually a physical object in the game. They're just like a graphical entity, so you can't run into them. You just go through them, which is sort of a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, if I was to run into them, it probably wouldn't do any good, but it just looks unrealistic when it doesn't. So here's a time lapse of me. Well, I wasn't driving. It was my mod's autopilot driving. Very helpful. So I am heading to this small Duna rock, which I just passed, and I'm circling it. Something goes wrong with my steering, and I finally figure it out. My autopilot was still on. I was trying to act up. And now we slow down the video, and here's my robotic arm. So here I find some Duna blueberries, and you can also scan these. They're part of the Breaking Ground expansion. It's not much of an update. It was a DLC I had to buy. So I scan these. I was too far away, so I had to scan again. So now that I have finished scanning, I'm just gonna drive a little bit. I'm just gonna stop, and wonderful science has been discovered in landing sites from the when we're in space. I discovered a landing site that I'll be landing on next video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, guys.